Let it snow.
Nah, sis, you know it don't be snowing. It be hot. Stop playing. Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? My name is Tay, and welcome back to my channel, Inspire Me, where I'll talk about current or relatable topics, all from a godly perspective. And today's topic is called, What Has He Done For You? Now, I started to title it, What Has He Done For You Lately? But it doesn't actually have to be lately. It could have been years ago. It could have been recently, but what has he done for you? Now, this stemmed from so I'm subscribed to, and they were talking, and in the midst of them talking, they was also talking about their testimony, how God delivered them out of a lot of situations, and I was like, wow, glory to God when he was telling it. So this prompted me to think about what God has done for me. Now, he did a lot of things for me, but you know how sometimes you don't really deem it as, God's protection, or he brought you out of certain situations. You just look at it as lightly. But I was pregnant with my daughter, so it was like about a few weeks to a month before I was gonna have her. And I remember, I think I said on another video, but I know I said this also in my first book, Let Him Use You. So make sure you get that book if you have not got it. It's on Amazon. But I'll explain that. Yeah, about 3 weeks to a month before I had her, I was going to Bible study, and they was having like testimony time. You know what that is? It's like when people around the congregation tell their testimony. So somebody was giving their testimony, and of course, like I said, God delivered me out of a lot of situations, but I really didn't deem it as nothing big, should I say? So I remember sitting in my head like, God, I want a testimony, and then I had her about a month later, and then 10 days after that, after I had her, I had the brain aneurysm, and after I got a little bit better and got home and stuff, it's like God revealed to, oh, it could have been before I got home, but it's like God revealed to me. Remember how you said you wanted testimony? This is your testimony. And like it's like he used that instance for me to see, okay, I delivered you out of a lot of situations, but now you can actually see and say that, yeah, I know for a shadow of a doubt, yeah, that God delivered me. That could have went wrong, but God delivered me out of it. Okay, I'm gonna say one of them. I mentioned it a little briefly in one of my other videos, but I mentioned it on yeah, Let Him Use You as well. My book, Let Him Use You. But I mentioned that I got, and I ain't gonna say it was because of, okay, if you look at it, it was originally because it was my fault, because I was being grown and different things that I should not have done. However, I don't want people to think like, if something like that happened to you, or just anything that you could have, you started and something bad happened because you started it. I don't want you to have that mindset, say, oh, I can't forgive myself, or it's my fault, or point the fingers at you. It's not to point the fingers at them as well, and it's not to point the fingers at you. It's for you to be healed, and by you being healed, you have to give your heart to God. You feel me? And don't do it no more. If you put yourself in that situation and something bad came about, don't live there, but also don't do it again. You feel me? So yeah, learn from that mistake. But yeah, and I ain't gonna say I was talking to the individual. Like I said, I'm not gonna give all the information because I don't want to. But yeah, I was, I guess, dealing with this individual, and it wasn't him that did the thing. It was someone else, because there was a couple of dudes in the house. I'm not gonna say how many or anything like that, and none of them had anything to do with it. It was just that one person. You feel me? So like I said, I was talking to a dude, and that's why I said I don't. After that, I don't play with people. Like making my drinks. You feel me? Or give me something to drink. If I'm not looking at you while you're making it, you feel me? I don't want it. So, lo and behold, I know that night I asked for some water or something to drink, and they brought it to me, and I drank it, and then for some reason I wasn't really tired, but I fell asleep. That's what led me to believe I was just so weak and so tired I couldn't do nothing. But the individual had like a blanket over the head, the face, so I couldn't see who it was. But I assumed it was, the person that I was dealing with. So, I didn't too much, you feel me? I didn't make it a big deal. But it's like God was trying to tell me, okay, no, you need to see who this is. And like I said, I was so weak and like I was just so drugged down and so tired. You feel me? I was just so weak and so, but it's like God gave me the strength. And when I put the cover, you feel me? It was someone else. It wasn't, you feel me? The person I was talking to, and it's like I got energy out of nowhere. You feel me? And like I said, I'm not gonna tell everything because it's in my book. You feel me? If you wanna know, it's in my book. However, when I was like talking about what happened, and pretty much ranting and upset and stuff like that. Like I said, it was more than one individual in there, and they could have been like, man, she know what happened, this and that, this and that. What if she all brought us all out of this and that? And God forbid, what if just be so I can pretty much be quiet? But that was God protecting me. They didn't do anything, and I know I never like ran my mouth or told anybody. Only people I told was two individuals that I knew. I mean, because that wasn't my agenda, but um I thought it was going away, but at first, you feel me? And it wasn't until I started actually writing a book when I was getting to that part where I started crying, and I realized then that I was a healed. So I think I took a break off of it, and God healed me. So when I wrote that part of the book, it didn't bother me no more. That's how I know I was healed. So I'm praying that that individual right now, it's been a while, but I'm praying that the individual got their life saved. And if they did not, I pray that they get saved. You feel me? And so that's one thing that God, saved me from. I'm still telling this. Okay. Another thing, I also talk about this in my book as well. Um, there's a lot of car accidents that I could have been involved in, but one of them was I was on my way trying to find this job, and how the roads, okay, how one of the roads were like, if you go in this area, particular area, it's like, okay, you know how you got a one car going this, this way, and then another car on the other side going the opposite way. Well, on the opposite way, when I made a U-turn, I thought I was going, the other way, but both the roads were actually going the exact same way, but I didn't notice. So I made a U-turn, and it was like workers on the side of the road, and I see them look at me like, "What you doing?" But I didn't really think nothing of it. So I was driving, and it wasn't. I seen a oncoming car toward me, and you would think this car would like slow down or try to swerve. This car kept coming like I wasn't even there. Like he I don't know was it he or she, but they kept coming like, sure, I don't care. And I was like, oh my goodness, like what's gonna happen. You feel me? So thank God there was a parking area on the side, so I quickly made a turn to avoid getting hit, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then when I finally turned around, I looked at the workers on the side again, and they was looking like, oh my God, like what happened? I'm like, you feel me? I was a little embarrassed, but I was like, thank you, Jesus. You feel me? There's like two other cases I could like, but like I said, to find out about that, you have to read my book. Let him use you, because I talk about those in that book as well. That was another situation that God, helped me from. This is the last one. It's a lot, but yeah, this is the last one we're gonna talk about. I remember meeting this individual on social media a few years ago, and I was looking at his pictures, and I was like, he look kind of good. You feel me? And I think I messaged him or something like that, but lo and behold, he messaged me back, and he pretty much like met in my place, and we were like chilling and talking. So I think I showed him one of the messages that he sent me, and he was looking like, who is this? And I'm looking like, ain't this you? You remember you messaged me? And he was like, this is not my page, or something he said. And I was like, I started to get creeped out. I'm like, you wrote me because you're here, so you know that this got to be a page, but he didn't know what I was talking about. I'm like, okay, what is going on? So then he proceeded to show me. He was like, I know what type of person I was gonna run into. So he was like, I brought this. So my eyes like popped out. I'm like, I'm looking, thinking like, what did I get myself into? But thank God he was nothing like that. And he was like, I just brought this just in case. You feel me? I didn't know what type of person he was, and he didn't do nothing. Thank God. But could you have imagined if it would have went another way? You feel me? That's another situation that God helped me through. Like I said, there's a lot of situations, and then even some situations I even talk to y'all about, you feel me, on different videos. But I'm like, wow, that's why I say, what have he done for you? It could have been lately, it could have been years ago. It don't matter. But what have he done for you? Don't take it as something light, because in the past I should take it as something light and wasn't grateful. You feel me? And when I had the brain aneurysm, it's like my whole mind um was reconstructed, and I was very thankful for, I'm like, wow, I see what you done did. You feel me? It's not just with the brainerism, even though that was the biggest protection that you caused for me. But look at other situations, like, wow, you really looked out for me, guys. So I'm very thankful. So yeah, think about this with yourself as well. What have he done for you? And just give your life to God. Don't think it as, he has blessed me, and you proceed to keep doing what you're doing. No, time is short. Like, if God didn't allow me to live through this brain aneurysm, do you know where I would have been at? Me. So don't look at like, well, I got all this time in the world. You feel me? You don't got all this time in the world. You don't know when it's your time. You feel me? Your time could be in a few minutes. It could be the next 10 years. Who knows? But at the end of the day, you still got to live your life prepared and ready. So, yeah, that's all, pretty much all I had to say today. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel, y'all. Have a blessed day.